coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. We must continue. We suffered some technical glitch that I fought and restored back. So we must continue. It doesn't matter what the enemies are doing. We must continue pushing on. Because why all these things is to understand that we are hitting hard. We are hitting hard above the belt. So we must continue. So once again, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform. This is a sacred platform, a very holy platform where we worship. And today is Saturday, being the 8th day of February 2025. It is a day dedicated to religious discussions. And we must continue on this line. Today's topic for discussions is also why we should continue religious discussions. Why we should. It is a necessity. Because this is where our mentalities were colonized. Just like what I put on my timeline from Captain Ibrahim Traore, what he tweeted, he said, we must fight to change our mentality. This mental decolonization is the most difficult part. And that is why we want to constantly remind ourselves that we must change our mentality and return to our sources. That is going back to our roots. It is echoing everywhere in Africa that we must go back to our roots, to who we are, who we really are, not what they impose us to be. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So that is why we must continue in this path. As I was saying, the most damaging mistake that our predecessors, the independent fighters, made was failure to address the mental colonization. Also, the neglecting of reshuffling of our borders, all this, and educating our people. The education that accompanies every revolution. That is what they missed. And that is what we are suffering today in Africa. That is the main thing. Because the flag independent fighting did not go with the usual education of the population that's supposed to accompany it for you to get what you want, just as we are doing today. When you come to our land, in Biafra land, we are crying today because of you see criminality going on in our land. You see a child of 19 years going into kidnapping for ransom. You see a child of 20-something years murdering in order to make money. And today we are crying, oh, all these things are happening. But it is the mistake and negligence of yesterday. Where is our family value? Where is our community value? Before, every child belongs to everybody in the community. Before, every child belongs to everybody in the community. That is why when you see another person's child doing something wrong, in the absence of the father and the mother, you can smack him or her. I will tell it to your father. Before we ask questions, somebody bring money or wealth to come, the family will ask questions. How did you make this money? Before, we have a culture of working, doing boy, learning trade, or going to mainstream school without talking about making money. Ibutike. There was nothing like Ibutike before. But all of a sudden, all these things exploded. And we were hailing. No person asks again. Our families now, they start comparing. You don't see okay, gara Lagos or one nya. Our family value, went downwards. No more family values. Everybody wants to get money by at all costs. Parents started comparing their children to others. You don't see he went to Malaysia within 1 month they have made it. You don't know whether he went there and kidnapped somebody or sold somebody's kidney and came back as an etoya. This is what we are suffering today because every child actually boutique. Why? Sometimes I say, why? Whatever you sow is what you reap. That is it. People are, pushing it to one thing or the other. No, the real source of all these things is the negligence, the lack of speaking up by families, by communities about the social evil that was taking over Igbo land. Nollywood came and imputed their own. People were glued on screen watching and clapping. How you can do ritual to make money. That's all money you have to do ritual. Now church didn't help you. They came and added fuel to the fire, promising that without work you can have miracle and money will full everywhere. That anyway, in a way, just pray God can give you miracle and you make it, you make money without asking what is your job. Nobody asks. People will go during bazaar time, so people will come, even little boys and girls that didn't have no visible way of livelihood, no job, visible job. They will be coming to churches and giving everything, giving any type of amount of money. They were being held. When marriages, different types of festivities, marriages, burial ceremonies, a turn to where wealth is being shown off. People did not speak about it. You don't know that those children, those people you are seeing as children, those toddlers, they were watching. They want to be like Big Cubana because the way they spread money, so they want to be like him. How will they be like him? They don't want to go to learn job as we Igbos are known. They don't want to go to do boy, it's a waste of time. They don't want to go to learn any craft because it is a waste of time. They want to go guy boutique. And today we are reaping what we collectively celebrated. And we are shouting, he's a ESN, he's IPOB, he's this and that. Ask me or tell me, how many churches in our land, when people come to do testimony and give one car, contribute to heavy amount of money to the pastor, to the church, thus the pastor or the clergy ask, have you ever heard that? Have you ever had that? Some people might be thinking that no, it's not important. No, it is important. It is highly important because that is what we are seeing. The evil result is what you are seeing today. So societal decay, social decay to the highest level. We saw the Anambra state speaker or House of Assembly member. And for you to understand, you see the boys that we are arrested, that we are involved, according to them, some are 19 years, 20 something years. I think the highest is 30 years. Highest. And these people, they collected 100 million naira. Tell me, before a 19-year-old boy has no business, have no business with 1 million naira, because it's either or can amoro, or can aga school, or can aga kuko, or can aba boy. So you have no business making money 1 million. No. We celebrated all these anomalies, all these evils in every way, and today we are reaping what we celebrated as a people. You see that? And they are using it because everybody wants to go and spray money, like money, and all of them. Everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to bury his mother, do his mother's or parents' funeral, decorating it with or doing it with 10 billion naira. Everybody wants children. They want. Do you think that they are not watching? No, do you think that they are not watching? They will see the main reasons of what the evil that is happening in our land. They will leave it and continue going to the soft spot, killing innocent people. Today in our land, if you are doing kimbom, you are in a risk. Your life is at stake. If you are rich, your life is at stake. Tell me, where are we going? They took people, boys that we are hustling, building houses or building house. They were, people that we are hired to build in a building. In a house building project. This so-called Soludos Agone Chamber saw them and shoot them into pieces and start parading them that they have bomb, they have this, they have that. This is how bad it is, and I continue saying it. When as a society we have failed, honestly speaking, we have failed woefully, and that is why we will continue. We will not stop, because this thing when it reaches your turn, I see some people are sending me, Oga Mazi, please help me. This one is my brother. These people are my brother. They are innocent. Announce it on radio, please. Why is Soludo doing this? Because it touches you. That is why you are shouting. It touches you directly. That's why this problem is a collective problem. When you see little children that have no business even looking for 100,000 naira, all of a sudden they become kidnappers. Know that there is something fundamentally wrong in that society. There is something fundamentally wrong when our political elites, they are encouraging criminality during election. They bring out touts. They hire touts and give them guns in order to make money, to help them to rig election. What do you think that will happen in a society like that? When during election, it is a time for criminality. Go and make money. The politicians hire them. They hire all these criminals in order even to kill or sabotage their political enemies or opposition, and they pretend as if they don't know what is happening. We will fight a criminality. It is IPOB, it is ESN, it is IPOB. So all these criminalities that are going on in the north, who is responsible? In the southwest also, who is responsible? Is ESN, right? But this is where, hypocrisy will kill many of our people. You see, hypocrisy, because of the hatred you have for IPOB. Now you tag every criminal activity to IPOB. That is ESN. IPOB is a freedom fighting outfit. It is the people's movement. I saw where an IPOB member is being humiliated, or was being humiliated, lying on the floor. They are telling him, how many? Oh, yeah, an IPOB. How many people have you killed? As if IPOB. So, how have they channeled the mindset of many of our people into believing that IPOB we are killers? It baffles me. Remember, use Igbo to fight Igbo. Do you remember? Remember Shegumi's statement. Igbo used to fight IPOB. Have you forgotten? That is what is going on. Our people love to even collaborate with the Fulani, for your information. What is going on? You will see a PG, President General of a community, or the king or of a community. The Fulani, they will come and meet him. They will meet him, bribe him, either give him cow or give him cash, and he will call some few people, give them some small crumbs, and they allow the Fulani to be there. They will be using the Fulani in order to be even torturing and killing their other enemies to collect their land. Do you see? Ndi Igbo. I'm telling you honestly, buy Tisha because of greed. Greed, individual benefit. IPOB, we have been preaching for collectivity, collective interest. Without we, there will be nothing like I. This your individual benefit. It is causing harm to our collectivity. Ekweme, former vice president of Nigeria during the time of Shagari, he is no more alive, is he? He's no more alive. The money that he's supposed to use in building seaport in Onitsha, he used it to do his own thing. Where are those hotels today? Tell me. Maybe some have been taken over by different people. He didn't even know what is going on again, because someone will go pay. This is one thing our people should understand, that look, all this mad quest for money to make it, and after you die you leave it. It is better you leave good name, you leave a legacy. That is what matters. Let us come together in order to build a system, a viable and vibrant system that is good for each and every one of us. That is what we are preaching. How they have made some of our people, turned some of our people into monsters, looking for IPOB members. Anatoaka, onye IPOB. You get IPOB member, you lie him on the ground and start as if he's a criminal. People that are fighting for our collective survival. I'm telling you, how our people can be manipulated because of money, it beats my understanding. Sometimes I can never understand it. As if IPOB is a criminal organization, the answer is no. We are fighting for self-determination, that Nigeria is not good for us. You see our people making waves all over the world. One Igbo woman is the first Nigerian to be a general in a U.S. Army. Another Igbo man to command the first person to black or the first Nigerian person or American of Nigerian descent to command the American war, to be a commander, American warship. We are making waves all over the world, but in Nigeria we are nothing. We are good for nothing. And they allow us, they want us to eat ourselves raw because of selfishness. We must lower this greed that is in us. Since after the war, Nigeria made sure that they will help us to rot. You know, we are just like flowers. When you leave flowers to grow wild, you hate them. They want to turn our beautiful character into something else. And that is what is happening. No control, no more. Everybody behave as you want. You allow people to use weather churches or the people they call Dibia, native doctor, which they are not. They are all scammers, in order to behave as they want. Are you hearing me? Talk of miracle. Oh, you heal this person, you heal that person. And do you know one thing? Soludo, as he is fighting, say he is fighting criminality, let it not be one-sided. That is the thing. Let it not be one-sided. Do you know, in a sane society, everybody is equal or should be treated equally. If there is criminality, criminality should be fought, notwithstanding who is committing it. When you tag a set of people to be criminals, that is called stereotyping. Are you hearing me? People that I call them say, oh, now a whole governor of a whole everybody start talking only one side, as if others are not committing criminality. Here on Radio Biafra, we don't support any form of criminality, but we need it to be all round, to be 360 degrees. Do not rejoice when maybe it favors you, it favors your faith. Hey, it favors your faith, and you say yes, IG governor. There is no, then is there any difference between you and the caliphate? There is no difference. Why then are you shouting Islamization? Because they are also doing their thing. They are segregating against you because you are not from their faith. Why should you then be segregating, stereotyping others? If you are registering, which is very, very good, a very good move. You need Dibia. Let me not use that name Dibia, because Dibia is master of knowledge. Somebody that knows something on all things or about everything. Let me use as we continue using native doctor. Is better. Native doctor. Somebody that calls himself a native doctor. You say you are, what is you are doing Odeshi. You say okay now. We do that Odeshi. Oh yeah, you will test it on you first. Do it and test on you. You know whether he will, if it does not work. If it works, no problem. We know that when you're in a okay, what is your job? You are healing a native doctor that heals afotata. That is how it is. It is how it should be. Though make we see. It's a proof. This world today is about proof. No more, no spiritual. No, nothing. We are not living in the spirit. We are living physical. So if they bring onya you say in onya futuro, yes. Okay, bring him. We take it. Okay, you'll be applauded and given, license. No, now you are helping the society, aren't you? If onye native doctor na work, say okay, welcome, and you get license. It is good. You are helping the society. But when you say you are healing this as a native, so-called native doctor, and nothing, you must be dealt with according to the law. The same way, any pastor that is in his pulpit claiming that he makes blind to see. If you say you make blind to see, oh yeah, I put on the blind people, the preach. If you can through any way you hear them, okay, it will be registered and you get license because you are helping the society. Oh, you hear the lamb. It's okay. I put onye ngworo. Koro ngworo si so waya. Nne na cho target si agwo ya. Ge gwo ya na bie ya kanishin na gwo ya ote ya olive oil. Gwo ya. Hey, you will be celebrated now. And you get license. You know, you are helping the society. It should be all round. You should never be to target one set of people. That is injustice, and there will be no peace without justice. That is what people fail to understand. When you think that, oh, this law is you are supporting it because it favors you, and the other people that are crying, they are being stereotyped. You don't care. You say to hell with you. Nature have a way of doing things. A time will come, it will turn against you, and you'll be crying. That is how things work. That is how life works. That is it. So, we must continue. Today, as I said, I will go into the discussions of today, but let me continue reiterating that, look, all these criminalities you're seeing in our land, some of them are being tagged. You can see something will happen immediately. They will tag it IPOB. Let me tell you, in the north and southwest, there are many terrorism, criminality is on. They are on the rampage. They are on the rampage. Are you hearing me? But who is doing it? Is it ESN? The answer is no. The answer is no. Before IPOB surfaced, there were criminals, there were government-sponsored thugs. Do you know that today even prison warders are not spared? They are doing their own thing. They are doing their own job too. I said it the other day. Where they will release dangerous prisoners, they will release them now. May wanna go work instead of staying here to eat food only. They will release their dangerous prisoners, people on death row, people serving life, very dangerous people that have there is no loss, even if they are killed anywhere, even if they are burned alive anywhere, they don't lose nothing. So the prison warders will send them out. They will go and rob people, kidnap people, collect money, and come back to prison and stay. And share their booty with the prison warders. That is how Nigeria has gone. That is how low Nigeria has gone. Nigeria has deteriorated into something else. Are you hearing me? So, we must continue. When you see kids of 19 years, under 20, under 20, under 30, committing crimes that you take kidnapping and taking ransom, and you ask, oh boy, what do you think you are going to? A child of 19 years, you give him 100 million naira. What do you think he's going to do with it? He will immediately lavish it because he knows nothing. He knows nothing in life. He knows nothing. They want to hear him. Oga lodge ya na hotel on ya na ụmụ nwanyị ọ na-eme ihe a oga highest oga grow big car, nothing else. Enwere ihe ọzọ ọma a na-etu ya ahụ oga na celebration, oga na ya ebe a na-eme mmemme ọ na-efe ego a na-etu ya finish. That is the only thing. How have we gotten so low? It is everybody's business. I am telling you. It is everybody's business. That is why we are calling on all and sundry in order to join hands together for us to sanitize ourselves and live as a people. Now, as I said, I am going to go into the discussions of today, which I captioned why we should continue religious discussions. And do not forget that today is the 8th day of February 2025. This is Saturday. Today is Saturday. The topic of our discussions today is why we should continue religious discussions. You know, this is something, sometimes I look at it, I say, look, what is happening in the mindset of some of our people? There is no way we can neglect the fact that religion, foreign religion being brought in our land is a catastrophe. I say is complete catastrophe. I am not mincing words in saying this. Do you know, religion, even Europe, that is a Christian continent, at a time they started understanding that, look, they have, each nation, each country have to fight for their own version of the religion. Why? Because once you are being bonded, being influenced internationally using religion, you can never advance. That country never advances, because the religion is controlling the population. Now, let me start by saying that, you know, we define religion several times here. Religion is a range of social cultural systems. A range, that is tradition. It is tradition and culture, social cultural systems. Listen, you know, sometimes we go in a primary level in order for us to make our points. Religion is a range of social cultural systems. What does it mean? You know, is tradition and culture. That is what was renamed religion, including designated behaviors and practices, morals, beliefs, worldviews, texts, sanctified places, prophecies, ethics, or organizations that is generally believed to relate humanity to supernatural, transcendental, and spiritual element. Listen, the key words are designated behaviors. Designated, which means somebody designed it. Including, religion is a range of social cultural systems, including designated behaviors, which means when you say there is a design, which means there is somebody that designed it, that this is how it should be. Just like as they designed our curriculum in schools, you don't dare study outside the school curriculum, otherwise it's absurd. You are just beating about the bush, which means there is they fashion the pattern. You reason, you study, you go outside it, you don't get any pass mark. They will cancel everything, which means there are people that are fashioning our system of learning when it comes to education. Now, in religion, as I said, is a range of social cultural systems, including designated behaviors. Therefore, for you to be a member of a particular religious group, there is a designated behavior you have to imbibe in. I don't know whether people understand what I'm saying. Which means that religion, there is a designate, like in Islam. When you enter Islam, They will tell you, look, you have to pray 5 times a day. It's a behavior. That religion now will mold you. You understand? Which means somebody molded it. There is somebody behind that molding. It is something that is designated by human being, by people, for a particular purpose, so that you'll be going through that. Are you hearing me? So when this religion comes from the colonialists, the colonialists, that people that bought us as human, as farm animals, what do you think? They designed the way you behave, the same way they designed, like in primary school, they designed our curriculum in a way that once they ask who discovered the source of River Niger, you cannot say Demba. No, because there is in advanced history, there you start understanding that there is even one Guinea man they call Demba. That even even if he is a person that even showed one of the people that showed Mongo Park the road, because it's their village. But in the way they designated it from the beginning, who discovered the source of River Niger is Mongo Park. Their teacher will tell you that you are intelligent. Do you see designation? Do you see curriculum? That is what you start arguing. For example, you start arguing, say no, Mongo Park didn't come from. They will say, they will mark you bad, and that system will remove you, because you are not going to the way designated for that system. So you cannot progress. You see that? That is, this thing is highly designated by people for some purposes, for you not to think outside their designation, for you not to think outside what they designed for you, the way they want you to think. It's a path, a road. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's a road, so you must ply that road, or if not, they remove you. That is how religion is. People brought it, you must behave that in that way. That is why, do you see anywhere today, you see that, you have a Christian terrorists or Christians killing people, fighting for God. It doesn't happen, because it has been designed in this time. They use their creed in order to design it to be like that. Instead, Christians becomes victims everywhere. It's a human being. They pacified everything. Are you hearing me? It has to do with colonization. Now, Islam also, they are using their own system, their own religion, because it's religion. Once you enter into that religion, you must abide by that social cultural system, by that designated behavior and practices. So just like there was a time I asked one Arab person, I said, look, why do you do honor killing, what they call honor killing? For example, if your sister, a girl in the house, in a family, maybe she got pregnant without marriage, outside marriage, you see, either the father or the brother there, they will kill her. They will simply kill her. They call it honor killing in different parts of Arab land. You understand? And the person told me, say, it's written in Quran, it's the word of Allah. So they have nothing to say. He said, though it's painful, but they have to do it. Do you see? Designated behavior. Even if it is against your will, you have to behave like that. That is why in our land, once you enter, they'll tell you, yeah, the Bible say, I have nothing to do with unbelievers. Now, your brothers, your brethren, you have been eating and drinking before. Your brethren, you have been going about doing Ibam together. Now you now see them as unbelievers. They ask you, come now, you say, no, Bible say there is no communion between light and darkness. There is no communion between believer and unbeliever. And really, it's written in the Bible. That's why I ask our people, how do you blame the person? How do you blame our people for behaving like this? Whereas there is a source that they are getting this, and you don't want to touch that source because you don't want to make some people to be mad. But you condemn the behavior. Why our people are shredded into pieces? We don't agree. But your own brother is calling you an unbeliever because you are not going the same church with his own, like him. You don't believe what he believes when he comes. You are not a Christian like him, as he says, a practicing Christian. Now he calls you unbeliever, and he takes you as an outsider. Do you see the danger? That is the danger, the reality that is facing us. Any person who a Biafran, an Igbo man, woman that says he don't know this or he don't see this, you are either lying to yourself or you are mischievous. I'm telling you, that is what the reality that is facing us. Now the religion made you discard. Now you put a wall between you and your brother, that you are no more an unbeliever, that you are now a born again, so you can no longer do this or that with your people. So the blood relationship becomes weak. Now it is now religious relationship that is strong. Do you see that? Do you see the reason why when Soludo said he is war against native doctors? I'm not saying supporting people that are doing all kinds of mischief, maybe ritual or this and that, using that or hiding under the cloak of being a native doctor. When he said he's going to fight again, hey, you see people shout hallelujah, because now that blood linkage is very weak. What matters to you is that onyu to Christi, or onyu to Christi like more, so you can kill him. What then is the difference between a saboteur and you? Religion came and weakened our blood linkage. I don't know whether people are getting what I'm saying. It came and weakened the blood linkage, that they say blood is thicker than water, which is correct. Religion came and removed it, and now sees his brother as an unbeliever. Anything that happens, so he say he serves him good. Now unbeliever. Now I've been telling him accept Christ, and he refused. What I'm telling you is what I saw. Is what I saw. We experienced this. I've been telling him, so it serves him good. You don't know that the enemies came. They did this for us to be separated from each other. When we talk about going back to our root, we are saying, let us take our blood first. That the blood is thicker than water. It doesn't matter what you say you believe or anything. First of all, no one for one Hindu. It doesn't matter beg whether we Hindu or we Muslim or when beg on one. Let us that blood relationship. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? But they use religion in order to distance us, to weaken that affinity, blood affinity between us. Now you take Mazi Jonathan as an unbeliever, say, now let him die. Now I pray that Jesus will crush him. You become happy. Do you see what they have done in our land? I am talking of why we should continue religious discussions. Okay. Religion is used as a basis for organization, because it is based on a particular ideology which is adhered by the population. Religion is always based on a particular ideology which is adhered by the population, and that ideology makes people come together more. That is why normally our religion should be local. Just watch the whole people that are developed countries everywhere, Asia, Europe, America. Watch them. They are practicing their local religion. Let me call it like that. Their tradition and culture is the core value, the basis, the basic ideology which they use in organizing the population. You know, I said the Europeans, they are Christian. Europe is a Christian continent, but they started removing themselves from the papacy, that is the Pope. Because when countries were being formed, kingdoms continue saying, no, we cannot have complete independence while still having Pope as the head, the kingmaker in our own kingdom. Says it's anarchy, because he will impose anybody he wants, which is not the people's choice. He don't care. He will be there in Rome commanding, whereas the people in England will be suffering what is commanding. So foreign influence is very bad. That is why they started fighting, religious fight, to liberate themselves. That is why I think King James the First, he removed themselves from the grips of Roman Pope. And do you know what? They anglicized the church. They formed their own Christianity, which is called Anglican. And now they made the head of the Anglican church to be their king. They now made it local, that no more order from anywhere outside United Kingdom. No command from Rome. No. Do you see how they now localize, or they now traditionalize the religion, the European religion? They now did their own way, so that no foreign interference. Oh yeah, that is wisdom, political wisdom. And that is why they are progressing to today. They no longer care about what Pope says or what the Bible says. What matters to them now is what their king says, because it is their king. Any word of the king becomes the word of God. The Archbishop of Canterbury will carry it out and start dishing it out, commanding other bishops in order to carry it out, and telling the people this is what we should do. And that is it. The country becomes one. It becomes their own pattern of Christianity. Do you see the wisdom there? The Eastern Europe also started their own, like Russia. They call it Orthodox, their own Orthodox. They no longer take order from Rome. They become Orthodox, their own independent. Do you see where I am going? If you are looking for independence or agitating for independence without discussing religious independence, I'm telling you, you are just beating about the bush, because Rome will give you command. Rome have a part of your population, they are under him, loyal to him, or loyal to her, because it's a country, it's a feminine. They are loyal to her. England has a loyalty of part of your people. America, Church of Latter-day Saints, Church of Mormon, it has a loyalty of part of your people. America also, Assemblies of God, Jehovah's Witness, they have loyalty of part of your people. Now come back, Yoruba people, Yorubas have loyalty of part of your people, deeper life. So that whenever the government say this, the population, Pope give another different order, and that population must start arguing it. They must start accepting what Pope said, and before you know, if wars come to wars, they start making problem against their own government. If the government wants to go contrary to what Pope said, if the government wants to go contrary to what the Archbishop of Canterbury says, if the government wants to go contrary to what Assemblies of God headquarters, the Church of Mormon headquarters said, do you see what do you get in that country? Kata kata. Kata kata. There is no more blood linkage or blood affinity, which our ancestors say that blood is thicker than water. Do you see now? They now divided us into different groups. This side is loyal to this side. These people are loyal to this, fighting against our own brother, our own selves. Do you see the danger? Why we must continue decolonizing our people mentally? That is mental decolonization. Religion is one of it. One of the main parts of mental decolonization. It plays a huge part. Because many of our people are loyal, more loyal to their religious organizations more than even their own brothers, their families, everything. You see that? Do you remember when this church of in our land, I think in 80s, when it was busting in Igbo land? It is women. They focused on women. Our mothers, our sisters. Once they take you and you now say you are born again, as a woman inside that family has almost lost you, because you are no more loyal to the family, no more loyal to your father, no more loyal to your people. You are loyal to the church. In the evening, instead of preparing to cook dinner, a lady will carry her Bible on a Bible study. Do you see where I say all these problems started gradually and we didn't understand where it was heading to? This katakata we are seeing today. Do you see that? Do you know that if the religion that we are experiencing today in Igbo land, if it was like this in 1966, do you know that our people will never focus to fight? No. Our people will never come together to say, let us resist the onslaught of Nigeria. No. The people will say, the Assemblies of God say, no, God, no matter what happened, I believe in God, so we cannot fight. Deeper Life will say, how can I be fighting against my own brothers in Ogun State? It doesn't matter what happens, they are my fellow believers. That the weapons of my warfare is not carnal, but mighty through God. Instead, let us that is like that, prayer warrior. Do you see that? What will you see? Things will fall apart. In our land, what we are doing is just, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started gathering the remnants of our pieces. And that is what we continue doing. That is what we continue doing. Because we are falling apart against ourselves. We are falling apart. Divided loyalty. We no longer see blood as the thickest. Our blood no longer binds us together as a people. No. I want you to Christ. In our Papa Jesus can apple Yahoshua. Can apple we no longer see ourselves as one people, binded by one blood that comes from the same land. Do you see how things fall apart? Now let me continue. As I was saying, religion is used as a basis for organization because it is based on a particular ideology which is adhered by the population. And remember, ideology is defined as a system of ideas and ideals, especially one which forms the basis of economic or political theory and policy. Therefore, there must be a core value system, that is an ideology, an overriding ideology that is governing a people. There must be. Some people will say, no, you go to China, you see Christianity. Yes, you see Christian churches, you see, it's true. But their core ideology is their communism, their communist state, or Buddhism. They have their core overriding value. If you as a Christian church, if you want to trespass, they will tell you, say, hey, remember that here is a Buddhist country, it's not a Christian, so mind yourself. They remind you, they poke that your consciousness and you will come back to your senses. That church will behave. Because yes, they get you, yes, they listen you, they accommodated you, but you have to behave. Because there is an overriding core value that is governing them. The same thing for a country like United Arab Emirates. Yes, they accommodate churches, but their core value, their core ideology is Islam. That is their tradition. United Arab Emirates is based on the core value of Islam. It doesn't matter whatever that you bring, they accommodate you based on the current world order. But when you want to trespass, go above what they give you, your limit, they will kindly call you to order and remind you that, look, here is a Muslim country, so remember, behave yourself, and you will behave, you respect it. The same thing with America. America is built based on Judeo-Christian core ideology. Any other this thing is welcome, but you have a limit which you can reach. They will also remind you that, look, you cannot trespass. It's true that you cannot trespass. It's everywhere around the world. India, Japan. Do you now see the reason why Japanese king Tokyo, he blocked Christian expansion in Japan in 15th century? The Japanese that have converted to Christianity, he gave them a choice of public renunciation. If you cannot say you want to die for Christ, they will send you to Christ immediately without wasting time, you and your family. They'll kill you unless you publicly renounce and take oath that you will be loyal to the emperor. Nothing will buy your loyalty, because they saw that the missionaries came and they allowed them, they gave them free, and they said they are doing business. Portugal and Spain, Britain, they came. They said, we come to do business. They said, okay, they allowed them. Before you know, they unleashed their missionaries to go and soften the mindset, the minds, colonize the minds of the population, turn them against their people. I don't know. You see how maggot eating a dead body, a carcass. You don't know that the inside has been eaten. Inside is rotten. When you open the skin, you see that, oh, everything is festered with maggots. That is the way they do. When this king entered the power, he saw that, look, people, Japanese population, some of their population, those that accept the foreign religion, they started behaving in a bizarre manner. They are no longer loyal. If they go to their family shrine, they burn it. They say this is evil. But they have a new faith. They have found Christ. Exactly what they did in Africa. Exactly. Go and research it. It's true. Today you are happy. You are living in Japan. Things are working. You don't know what they did. You didn't know. They made sure that man rose up and said, no. He excommunicated. He told the missionaries, you go, give them a timeline. If you don't go to this date, no more. He closed the Japanese doors, the borders everywhere, shut down and massacred. He gave order. Any person this is history. Some people will be saying, no, why you talk? This is a historical fact. When you are, looking at something, something is sweet, try to find out the comparison. You say something, something is sweet, like what? There might be something you say is like honey, which means you have compared it to honey. There are other things, it's sweet. Yeah, how is it? No, it's sweet like milk. They have this different types of taste and sweetness. You understand? Very tasty. No, it's very tasty. So, what am I trying to say? When you look at all these countries, how they are good, what makes them to be like that? What made them to be like that? Our people are not good in finding out what these people suffered. What made them to be like that? The other time, last time, I talked about our people, the Nigerian Christians, that they are more Christians than European Christians in every ramification, because they are doing what the Bible says. They are practicing what the Bible says. Bible says you will heal the sick, and here they are healing they are healing the sick in Nigeria. As they cannot do, they saw that it's fake. Now they are faking it in order to accomplish what the Bible says. Are you hearing me? The other pastor said people say they cannot raise the dead, whereas you have raised more than 50 dead. That one audio dead. We still come back to what I said. If you say you are raising dead, now they go to mortuary and bring dead people for you, and you do it. That is proof. Not only talking. When you talk, you can do miracle. Oh yeah, there are miracle this, but you are even using microphone. Do you know that the but people are not decoding? You are powerful. You are doing this miracle, but you are even ordinary microphone. You are using ordinary microphone to communicate all these things to the people. Why don't you switch off the microphone and now start shouting? Let the miracle start happening immediately, so that without microphone, people will be hearing you from maybe 500 meters. People are sitting. That is the starting of the miracle. But you are using microphone produced by Chinese. Through due process, what human being do or did. You are using screen. They are videoing you with a physical video, not spiritual video, not spiritual camera. Physical camera, so that you come out on the screen, on Facebook, on social media, on televisions. You don't say no. Don't worry. You will be seeing me everywhere without camera. Sometimes I'm sick of chendi buying yourself. Any person singing on a miracle, I hear you are here, and he's using microphone to communicate. You're using normal thing, camera, so that you can be seeing him on Facebook. Tell him it's a scam, complete scam. It's a scam. What he should be talking without microphone, no camera, and he will be coming out. That is everywhere get you up. I said yes, no, you are talking in spirit really. But when you do all these things that I'm doing, the same thing like me, I use microphone, you use, using things to produce, and as I'm using now, after you'll be telling me that I cannot understand because I'm not in the spirit. Is it not so Yahoo? Oh Yahoo, oh Yahoo. No, that's the thing. So let me continue. Remember, I am talking on why we should continue these religious discussions. When an ideology is foreign and brought by people that have ulterior and mischievous motives of colonization, it becomes a very huge problem to the society. It turns us against ourselves. It makes us unorganizable. It makes us to have divided loyalty, as I've explained. When a people that came with ulterior motive, you saw that in history they bought our ancestors the best of best with money, and they killed and raped, and all of a sudden they brought a savior for us. Don't you see that there is something sinister? They have something sinister. They now canvas you to hate your brother, that if your brother is not a Christian like you, hate him. He's an unbeliever. Don't do anything with him. Don't tell him your secrets. Is it not the same thing Ottoman Danfodio did to the Hausas? We compare. It's exactly the same thing. He came to the Hausas and started preaching to them as a Muslim preacher. He started preaching to the Hausas that many of them were Muslims, but they didn't care about being with calling their people unbelievers. No, he started preaching to them that if you're either a Muslim or you are not, and if you're a Muslim, even if your brother is not a Muslim, he's an infidel, he's an unbeliever, kill him. And he stirred up Hausas against Hausas. That is exactly what happened to us and continue happening. Somebody will just hate you for nothing, just because you are preaching against my religion. I'm not preaching against any religion. I am bringing out the core realities that is inside that religion, bringing your mindset where you never think of, so that that is what I'm doing. I'm not preaching against any religion at all. No. I want us to go back to ourselves and become ourselves, so that blood will be thicker than water. So that if you are dealing with your brother, you don't deal with your brother based on he's your fellow believer or he's an unbeliever. No, we are brothers. We are Igbos. We are Biafrans. It's supposed to be the core basis of our ideology. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this mantra that Biafra is our religion, because it is something that binds us together. But when you are saying your fellow brother that's supposed to be your brother, and now you are seeing him as he is against my religion, which means there's something wrong. There is something wrong. Which means you don't even take what we are doing as our religion, as an ideology, or as an overall ideology. Maybe you took it as a lesser ideology. I can do away with it, no problem. But the other one, against my faith. Instead, this one. That is that division. That thing's falling apart, which Chinedu talked about. He said we can pursue the white people because they are very few in our land. But if you pursue them, if we deal with them, what of our own brothers that have followed the ways of these white people, that are calling us that we are infidels, that we are unbelievers? What are you going to say? Now, when we are talking about this, because in the book of Galatians, I think, it says, do not have communion with or equally yoked with unbeliever. That is a practicing Christian. Now, when you see a Muslim too, for example, an Igbo Muslim, he will tell you that unless you he will treat his fellow Muslim brothers equally like his brothers first. Do you see that? Now, you that is an Igbo non-Muslim, he treats you as a foreigner because you are an infidel. Now, tell me the difference. When we talk, let us be fair. Well, tell me the difference between you that is a Christian that is also dealing with your non-Christian family member, your brother. You call him a non-believer, an infidel. Is it not the same thing? Why then are you shouting when these people are doing? He said, no, these people are no. It's the same. It's completely the same. What I'm saying, the remarks I'm making here, please, if lines are open, because I'm not a person that knows it all. I used to say, I learn every day. We learn from each other. If lines are open, if you disagree on one point, please come. We are not fighting. It's not a private fight. No. We are discussing for the best. We are discussing for the best. Let me tell you, the founding fathers, American founding fathers, they used to leave America and travel to Europe just to make this type of discussion, awakening Renaissance discussions, to hear it, to listen to people's opinion. Because that time there was nothing like a telephone, there was nothing like a television. So they have to spend maybe 6 months in the sea to cross Atlantic Ocean to Europe in order to listen to the awakening messages. For you to understand how important what we are discussing is, because they continue discussing. As they are discussing, they are taking notes. They are learning. That is what they learn. They use it to go and start up and build America. America is an experimental country with new ideology, awakening ideology. That is why the reason why they deviated from their old, from the modern European system. Do you see that? They now have the opinion with the awakening message that everybody is equal. All human beings are equal if given equal opportunities. Even there is no noble, no peasant. Whereas in Europe, there were nobles and there were peasants, even till today. In Spain, they don't have democracy. They have a monarchy. Spain, Holland, United Kingdom, Denmark, all these many European countries you are seeing today, they are not democratic countries. They are monarchs or monarchies. Do you know that? They modified their system in a way that suits them. But when they come to our land, look at everybody in Africa is grappling with their so-called democracy. No natural system of governance existing. Look at in Nigeria. You don't know which one there. They have kings in a democracy. They don't know. I don't know. He is a Royal Highness in a democracy, so-called republic. They confuse the system because of foreign influence. That is the reason. So they don't know where to go. They are directed by their foreign colonizer. That is their foreign British. Do like this. They will do. Okay, no, come back. Go this side. There you go. No, come back. They have been going round and round and round, and that is why a population of 230 million people counting they are suffering of hunger. They cannot even produce the food they eat. No electricity. Do you see that? Do you see the influence of foreigners in your life is catastrophe? When they bring you religion, they bring you education, they bring you a way to govern yourself, which means you are not existing even before they came. That is what it means. You don't have any God before Europeans came. The God of Africa is either is European God of Jesus Christ or the Arab God of Muhammad. Allah. That is the only thing. The two gods, and they are fighting against themselves because of this. How would this type of people progress in life? How? They don't go back. So without Europeans Christianizing us, we don't know God. without Arabs coming to impose their own Allah on us, which means Africans, we are godless. Okay, you could that God created everywhere, created the whole world, and he forget Africa that we don't have. So Europeans must impose their God on us. Are we not? Is it not foolishness? Aren't the foolishness? When you talk about going back to our roots, very mischievous set of foolish people are misinterpreting it. That it is going to do ritual. You don't know what, the problem we have is language. Ritual is anything you do in a particular way, in a regular time, for a particular purpose. It becomes a ritual. Are you hearing me? When you go to church, Nana Sacrament, it's a ritual. But the way people talk about it, it seems it's something another extraordinary thing. It's a language that is confusing us, I'm telling you. And when you look at it, you don't know where to start explaining. So, what have been the system of our forefathers before the advent of this foreign religion in our land? Without them living, which means we wouldn't have been born. They were living their life. Do you know that Saudi Arabia was colonized by Britain? The Middle East were colonized by mostly Britain and France. Lebanon was colonized by France. Syria was colonized by partly France and partly English. You know that? But they continue insisting on returning their roots. That is the difference. I used to say it here all the time. These people that still do Gidigam, that look, we are not going to budge, that our system is our system. I mean, our way of worship, our tradition and culture, we are not going to change it. Tell them that their ancestors were evil, they killed themselves. They say no. Leave them. India the same, Japan the same. All these the Thailand, all these countries, they retained their culture, and that is why they are progressing. Africa, we jettisoned everything concerning us and turned it as evil. When you talk about our normal cultures and tradition, our people say it's evil. Oh, it's evil. On the civilization. It is life from the pit of hell. We had our own civilization. Are you hearing me? What they brought to us is Western civilization. There is Western civilization, there is Eastern civilization, there should be African civilization. That is what is lacking, is missing. Do you hear me? There is Western civilization, there is Eastern civilization, there should be African civilization, which we have through our system, not imitating everything. We are copying, copy. That is why we are at the bottom layer of the world ladder, the world pyramid. We are at the bottom layer. We are the bottom layer. That's truth. So we must continue. Remember, I'm talking about why we should continue religious discussions. Now, imagine as we are clamoring for freedom, and the churches are preaching that we are not under bondage. Imagine that Christ has set us free. This brings confusion to some of our people. These are things that we are pumped into our head right from childhood till we grew up, become adults, till now that we start asking questions. When you are saying that we are not free, you meet maybe a Jehovah's Witness, say, no, don't say that, my brother, that Christ has set us free. Now tell me how you are going to convince the person. Do you see the confusion he's bringing to our people? How do you think that he can stand up and fight? He can follow you to fight for his freedom. No, tell me, go now, how? He will quote you that. Look at Bible says that as long as you believe that you're a free person, So why are you saying that you're free? Or saying, God forbid, that I'm not a, or why that Paul said that as long as you are in Christ, you are free. You are no longer a slave. It is written, because that is what he's practicing. He's a practicing Christian, and it makes him more gullible and foolish, because he's not seeing reality. He's reading what is written more than 2,000-3,000 years ago. Things that he don't know how we come about. He is judging the reality we are having today with what happened in Capernaum. He don't know about what happened in Ephesus. He didn't know about for thousands of years back, which they recorded. Whether it's true or false, he don't know. He is judging the present reality with what happened that time. The Bible said. Do you see the problem? Do you see the problem? That is why we must continue discussing. We must continue discussing this. Otherwise, we pretend from now to tomorrow that the problem is not there. Or does it change the reality that the problem is existing? Does it change the reality? If you pretend, now let us stop and pretend that it's not there. The problem will come out. It is there. That is the problem we have that is catching up with us as a people today in our land. When the problem was coming up, we celebrated it. When Oliver the Coke said, "Na kai puri wenda, mara ihe ga mechi kai People's Club abia na agba na ekpori wenda." We don't ask, "Na ikpori nda, let us work hard." Are you hearing me? Now churches are start celebrating miracle. We don't ask, "Now this type of miracle, where does it take place?" Somebody pastor one trip or Batazian now things name and they celebrate. Pastor say, "Look, this is my son." Nana or Benya testimony na pastor mene ya je one trip bata. And what on je trip na trip gara. So people that are listening to that, they will also want to do trip. People that don't have the capability of doing that trip, they will kidnap because they want miracle. Everybody is not, people are not working hard, but they want a miracle. They are progressing through miracle. So why can't they progress through kidnapping? Why can't he progress? Why can't he hit money? Boutique. Our socialites, our musicians, celebrities, we are singing boutique on ato, and they celebrate, and the children are watching. They want to practice that. And agane boutique. Do you see what is going wrong in our own land today? Now that the repercussions are coming, people are shouting. They like to point fingers on the ESN, on the no. This is collective failure of our people. That is what we are seeing today. Societal failure. That is it. So, as I was saying, religion contributed a lot, immensely. First of all, they divided us. They now turned everything upside down. That people that committed the crime against our people, against the land, because in our Igbo tradition, if you commit a crime, you didn't commit a crime only against that individual. Maybe you kill somebody. You didn't commit a crime only against the family. No. Against the family of the victim. You commit a crime against the land, because the land binds us together. It connects us together, that land. So, even if the family forgives you, the land, you must purify the land. You must be given the appropriate punishment in order for the land to be purified. This is our tradition. But when foreign religion came and gathered those criminals in our land that time, they told them, why are people against you? They said, no, it's normal. We committed crimes, that's why they ostracized us, that's why they pursued us, put us in exile, that's why. They say, okay, who is a human being? Me, I'm a representative of God. So once you confess, what did you do? This one confessing sin. This one, I say you are forgiven from today on. You are no longer a sinner. You have, as long as you are with us. Do you see? They now took authority that they didn't have and remove authority from our people. It put our people, our land. He sowed a seed of discord. He put confusion into our land. Say, what are these people doing? They came to change the traditions of our land. And today we are accustomed to that nonsense. And that it is painful to many of us. You see that? Because that is the truth. So, as I said, as we are agitating for freedom, Biafra freedom, that we are under bondage in Nigeria, and you go to churches tomorrow, they will be preaching to them, their people, that look, to our people, that we are not under bondage. It's written in the Bible that if the Son of Man shall set you free, you are free indeed. The only thing is just for you to be free, you have to believe, and you are believers, so you are free. Any person that is telling you that you are a slave in Nigeria, tell him you are lying. What do you want? What do you think that person will be thinking of what you are doing? Tell me. Tell me. We are talking about our people are gullible, our people, but let us touch the source of the gullibility of our people, and you don't want. Now, what are you talking? Will you eat your cake and have it? You can't be a practicing Christian without blocking your common sense. That is truth. How do I mean? I say you can be a cultural Christian, which I'm clamoring. If worse come to worse, we do like let our people behave like the Europeans. Okay, you are a Christian because you are born in a Christian family, and you are answering Jonathan. Finish. You don't need to enter into start studying, start Bible, or start reading and practicing it. No. You put it at where it's supposed to be, in the dustbin of history. That one will even help us, so that we reclaim our brotherhood. We reclaim who we are as brothers first. But no. So that's why I say you cannot be a practicing Christian without blocking your common sense. Because Christian, they will tell you that prayer is the key. Is it not what we are being brought to know? That prayer is the key. Even we used to sing. Imagine that something that they put in songs everywhere, everything, it become part and parcel of us. That is why this thing is very difficult to. I am telling you, reversing this thing from decolonizing our brains is not easy. That's why once you are decolonized, you see that you become very light. Before it be heavy. Because when you call on war, if you see a rat or sin, I command you, oh, this is rat, this is a witch from the. Remember what pastor say? You are killing yourself every time. You are in a war. You want to sleep. You are in a war. You fighting with who? Fighting who? You are not fighting Europeans. You are not fighting Chinese. You are fighting your brother. You are war, because it's them that you are calling demons. I could remember we were meant to believe that there are some places no go gidi. The occultic people, demons, they put a staff across. So any car that is going that time, you will have accident and the blood will flow and they will drink the blood. That is what we meant to believe when we are little. And we on our own initiative, we accept it, we believe it. You see that? Do you see how brainwashing is evil? Without knowing that, look, why accidents happen in some places is due to the road, maybe the curving of the road condition, number one. How the drivers are not trained, number two. Different things, even the car itself, number three. Things are not, programmed or controlled as it should be. But we believe all this in religion. It gives you every theoretical solution to every or explanation to every problem. Without you believe now because you're a believer. Remember, it says, "Blessed is he that does not see but believe." So you're a believer. You anything bad now? It's like that. When you go like as I was asking our brother. When you stay for some time, you didn't reach home. Now you reach home, you go home. Instead of immunizing yourself, instead of taking precautions of what you eat, you hear that you think that your body is like as it was before you travel. You start consuming anything and when you finish, you go back, you start sick, they start telling you that you start blaming, you no proof because you're a believer, you believe immediately. Not true. Before you know, you remember one of your uncles that you feel doesn't like you people. Your father told you he don't like you, this and that. Even if he visited me, he shook me since he shook. You are a believer, so you believe every arrant nonsense. You conclude. Because religion gives you theoretical answer to every problem. As a believer, you believe it. How is the sky blue? He will tell you God did it like this. Do you know that when God did this and that? He will explain to you. No scientific proof. You don't need to go any longer to study. No, you have accepted it. It's like that. That is why I say you can't be practicing this religion without blocking your common sense. When they say prayer is the key, Jesus is the answer to every of our problems. Are you kidding me? Is it true? You can call and tell me that he is the answer. If he's the answer, why haven't he answered and set us free even since 1966? Maybe 66 to 70. Why? Oh, we didn't call him enough. We didn't have faith. There must be a blame. The blame must be for the Mugu. And then I go again. I don't want to say now go a minute. Oh, this is your fault. So that is what the religion is doing. Anything that you don't others receive healing, you don't receive, you don't have faith. That's the thing. He died. He don't have faith. So you must be you are the victim. You are the fault. You are always at fault. So how do when they want to dive in another way, they say no. A carnal man cannot understand the things of the spirit. And you tell me, what are the things of the spirit that I cannot understand? Are you talking to me in spirit? Are you eating in the spirit? No. When it comes to understanding, now you enter spirit. Okay, now you know when the time has come for us. You know one of the signs of maturity is asking question. Do you know that? A child, a toddler, from 2 years he start talking, 3 years he start talking. He believes everything he believes. But when from 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, he start questioning. That is, he is showing signs of maturity. He is inquisitive to understand, to know more. That is a sign of maturity. He will ask you a question: why is the sky blue? Why is the ocean why no land there? He will ask you everything. It is a sign of maturity because he wants to know. So the time that we believe everything is gone. Are you hearing me? The time that we come is gone. We question everything. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it here, that we must question everything because we are in an era of the awakening. Without questioning everything, we can never seek, or we can never succeed in seeking for knowledge. A seeker of knowledge. That is what we have to be. A seeker. But once religion comes into your life, it blocks that sense of seeking, because you have solution now in the book of Peter. First Peter chapter 1. Oh, he has given you solution, so why will you seek? Once you are sick, even you are doubting yourself that now whether am I even right what I'm doing. You are always at alert. Sometimes you make your mental evaluation to evaluate yourself. Now, is it me that is mad, or what is happening? Am I in? You know, you are always questioning everything, including yourself. That is how a seeker of knowledge works. But religion makes you, in order to block that thing, you blocks that frontal lobe, so that you don't you know, because he have given you answer. Oh, we are not free. Say no, in Jesus we are free. Once you believe in Jesus, Jesus is the omnipotent. He gives us freedom. So why should you say that we are not free? As a believer, so he have given you that answer, and you have to relax. You don't do nothing. That is the main cause of our people's pacification. That is it. Why will you fight when the Lord is your shepherd, and you don't need to want? So why will you tell our people to be physically careful of of the Fulani that is roaming around in our bushes to come to kill them? They say no. my Redeemer liveth. Jesus is there to do it. Why will you tell them that they are stupid, whereas you cannot even go to touch the source of that stupidity? What is causing that stupidity? It is that thing they are reading. That's it. Tomorrow they will go to church, they will preach them the same thing. They will sedate them, and they will come back and be more stupid. When you wake them, say, oh boy, we are under siege. The Fulani terrorists are around. Let us organize ourselves. Say, how can I now? If God does not secure a place, that the security person, the guard, is doing all his things in vain. So why will I worry myself? Somebody that says that have that mindset, how will you say that he is gullible without going to prod, without going to touch that place that is giving him that false hope? This is why we are doing what we are doing, in order to raise our people up from this type of stupidity and gullibility, because we are dying of foolishness. We are dying of foolishness, I am telling you. So that is why we must go there, always go there. That cause, the source of that stupidity, that source that empowers stupidity in the brains of our people, we go there to dismantle it, to expose some things, to let them know that no, it is no more like that. Please stop accepting this. It is killing us. That is it. Now, when you read the book of John chapter 14 verse 13 and 4, I did it the other day. Whatever you ask in my name, that I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you ask anything in my name, I will do it. That is it not what our people are taking as promise? They accept it. So if people, they have been given assurance that their Father in heaven takes care of them, who are you? Who is IPOB to come and tell them that we are going to let us come around and protect ourselves? Who is IPOB? Is IPOB more than God? That is the question they ask, and that is the source of gullibility and pacification that we are suffering today in Igbo land. A very great race that have turned themselves into chicken. There is something that causes it, and that is what we are trying to go there to touch. It might be painful to some people, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you don't understand today, you might understand tomorrow. That is how the world is. So when you say that if you ask anything in my name, I will do it, why will I be worried? Why will I be worried about taking my destiny by my hand? Why will I be worried to support IPOB? Whereas I can ask my Father in heaven and he will do it. And the person will tell you that, look, why you don't believe is that you don't have, I have a personal experience. My personal encounter is there. So don't tell me that. So carry your Biafra this month ago. I'm not fighting against physical. I'm not fighting a physical warfare. I'm fighting against the spiritualities, the principalities and powers in the high places. And he will quote for you very proudly. He's a prayer warrior. So what will you do? You look at the person. What will you do? We continue talking. We go to that source and tell them and touch that place that is used in caging them. That look, my brothers and sisters, this world is a physical world. If we don't do nothing, no person can do it for you. There is no God that comes down from heaven to do it. Israel, you see today, Israel has a population, I think, of 6 million plus only. They don't have too much manpower. That is why they are interested in high technology, so that their technology will be helping them, because they don't have too much manpower. Are you hearing me? They don't have a population. That's why their war is mostly on aid. They use missile. That is where they are developing. Do you see that? They don't rely on the God of Israel. No. They rely on their own. They are on their own. They do things on their own. If enemies come, they fight on their own. They fight it on their own. They grow. They try using their brain to build alliance with the powerful country of United States. That is, they use their brain. There is nothing that a one spirit to come and say, oh yeah, we help you. No. The way some of our people are thinking, no, you must do something by ourselves. Use our brains. Stop blocking your brains with all these quotations. Are you hearing me? It's no longer functioning. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Now, another place said, John chapter 20 verse 28. Let me rush. 28 and 29. Jesus said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. He said, now, blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. That is, blessed is he that does not see but believe. So, that's why Pastor Suleiman said he prayed for one of his sons in Germany. He don't have papers. He entered into airport toilet, and before you know, they come out in airport toilet in France, and the people believe. Genuinely, people believe, because when you ask them why do you believe such story, they quote you here. So they need the blessing. Did you see that? I want our people to stop seeing our people, blaming them that they are gullible only. Go to that place, the source of the gullibility, that place that empowers gullibility. That is where so that they will understand. That is, you see this book, the Bible. It can kill a nation. I'm telling you, the people. The person will tell you, why wouldn't you don't want the person to have blessing? Because it is written in what he believes. He said, blessed is he that does not see but believe. So you want me to be cursed? Hey, by Jesus, I have to believe. So anything is that the Jew that is representing that Jesus said, he must believe it. You see, I want you to understand the pattern of the stupidity and gullibility of our people. Why is Africa is more backwards in economy, in technology, everything, but they are only more than Europeans, only in belief. And you ask, what does this belief give them? Nothing. It gives them to clamor for American visa, taking it as miracle. That is where it has turned us into. Are you hearing me? It is very, very bad. Very, very bad. The reason why Christianity was segmented is for the countries to be ideologically independent and to eradicate foreign influence in the country's governance. That is it. I've touched it before. Christianity in Europe was segmented. In Europe, Why? Because the countries want to be ideologically independent. Do you know what it means to be ideologically independent? To be ideologically independent, do you know what it means? The other time, Pope Francis talked about you can bless in the church. Whereas I don't know, okay, on a bless reverend. I think so. Now I'm not saying, but I say Alona why? Do you see immediately you see Igbo Reverend Father, Igbo Catholic Reverend start defending what comes from far away Europe, far away Rome. That anathema in our land. He knows, but he has to defend because that is where he's eating. That is the ideology. He is not ideologically independent. Tomorrow they can tell, okay, the whole Pope can give order. You know, I used to say this, and it will happen one day. Even if it's not in our time, it can happen later. The now Pope will say, okay, now owing to the situation of things, Popes, Reverend Fathers and sisters can start marrying. Now, how will you equate it? People that they have destroyed, close their generation, that have died, what will happen to them? Do you see that? Now, the order must come from above. Because we are not ideologically independent. Ideological independency means taking orders from our own system, our own culture. We can just decide, owing to issues, situations at hand, we decide as a people, as a nation, as a country, and say, look, this is the way we should go now from today, because it is beneficial to us. Not somebody giving order from another country. That is why the Europeans, the reason why Christianity was segmented is for the countries to be ideologically independent. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Muslims in our own land, they are not ideologically independent because they are going to Mecca. Quran says you must, one of the 5 pillars of Islam is you must at least you must go to Mecca Hajj at least once in your lifetime if you can afford it. So where in their country Mecca, you go bring money. You know how many billions people are bringing in their land? In Saudi Arabia, they are using it to build their country. Do you see that? So they are not. It's ideological dependency, because you have to go to Holy Land. It's a must. And where is the Holy Land? You don't have Holy Land in Africa. Can you think? Can you ever think about this? Which means Africa is a rotten cost place. No Holy Land in Africa. All Holy Lands are outside Africa. If you don't go to Rome, you go to Israel. If you don't go to Jerusalem, you go to Mecca. All in the name of Holy Land. Or Hindus now, you go to River Ganges in India to wash away your karma. So there is nothing, no Holy Land in let us believe, okay, God created the whole world and forget Africa as a West. Can't you reason that this is manipulation? This is ideological manipulation. It is being built. It was built to control you, to make you dependent on them. Now what do you say? Quran say, they refer you to what Quran say. You must do it. Quran say you must kill your brother in order to attain a real Islam Muslim. If your brother is an infidel, you can kill him. So you obey something that you don't know how it is written, something that you think is a manipulation. Now you use it to kill your own brother. Do you see the ideological dependency? Okay, let me continue. I say Protestantism, that is Protestant, originated from the Protestant Reformation of the 16th century, in 1529 to be precise, by Martin Luther King. Yes, he protested. That was the origin. He protested that look, the way you are going, you know that there are manipulations there. Now he protested and said, no, we cannot take it, because they are doing things, they are manipulating people for the interests of the empire. But they are doing it in the guise of religion. So people start opening eyes, maturing and challenging. Are you hearing me? That is why I say that one of the proofs of maturity is to ask questions, to challenge and say, oh boy, this thing we are doing, why? Give me reasons why we should continue. But when you are not mature, you continue like that forever until you die. Okay, now, the first Pentecostal church was founded in 1901 by Charles Parham. He's a Methodist minister. Look, in America, Anglican, they don't call it Anglican. They call it Methodist movement. He came within Anglican. It was started by John and Charles Wesley in the 18th century. So you see that yes, they are all Christians, the Europeans, but each country now try to modify their own Christianity, their own that general religion, but they modify it the way it serves them well, so that they can become independent completely, both independent thinkers. There are people will no longer be loyal to foreign influence or to foreign body other than their government. Do you see how smart they are? But today in our land, we have divided loyalty everywhere. Therefore, for a country to be organized, there must be a bedrock ideology that overrules every other ideology. It is the bedrock, through which now you can accommodate others, but there is a bedrock ideology there. In India, there was some time ago, I read, I think last year, I read the news about Indian government deporting a Spanish sister, I don't know whether it's Sister Mary or Sister who, that has been in India for more than half a century as a sister, doing just like Mother Teresa. But they didn't give him permanent residence. They didn't give him permanent paper, because they know that people are seeing that he's doing charity work, but they are monitoring. This is wise people. He's giving his help. They are sponsoring him from Rome. Where is he sponsoring her? He's giving. If he gives you help, he preach to you to draw you to their religion, therefore removing you from their local religion ideology of Hindu. And as he's giving you carrots, is preaching to you, turning you, is another system. But India know that, they understood that. Now, when the paper expired the last time, because I think they used to give her paper every year, so that if he expires, they have to go and renew it. After that one expired, they took her, an old lady, a very old lady. They took her, they said, no, the work is no longer needed here. You hear me? If it's in Nigeria, if it's in our land, people will say, hey, no, this woman, no. They will even come out to protest to protect her. They don't know the damage she's causing. It's removing people from their local tradition, turning them into foreign agents that we are today. That is why our people are buyable, easily bought. Because they have removed, there is no ideology that is guiding us. That blood affinity is no more there. That is why they can easily sell their own brother. Because you cannot hear going also. That is it. So, what am I trying to say? Allowing foreign ideology to be the bedrock formation of our ideology diminishes our natural value and sows the seed of discord and confusion, which makes governance very, very difficult. That is truth. That is why we are accompanying this Biafra restoration with all these teachings and discussions, so that we also understand and touch where it is paining us. We touch the source of our pains, the source of our gullibilities, which we will never shy away from. Even when you talk about, do you know that according to statistics, do you know that Nigeria is among the countries where Christianity is illegal in 2024? Do you know that? Global Christian Relief. Yeah, countries where Christianity is illegal in 2024. Do you know? Let me mention some of the countries. A list of countries where Christianity is illegal or suppressed: Afghanistan, North Korea, Somalia, Libya, Yemen, Eritrea, Nigeria, Pakistan, Iran, India. Do you see that? But you are shouting, "Oh, yeah, Christian," because you are so I don't know. You don't even try to look far. You are satisfied with that small radius you are running around with your local pastor. You don't care. Now, let me ask. When you talk about Christian, even the Christian, is there any Christian solidarity in Nigeria? Let me ask. Have you ever seen Christians even coming out to protest against the killing of Christians in Nigeria, in different parts of Nigeria? It is happening everywhere. Do you ever see it? Pastors say, "Okay, let us gather." Reverend fathers, clergymen, they gather, say, "No, this killing of burning of churches and killing of Christians is enough." They come out to register their voice. Have you ever seen it? No. Each one stays in their corner, shouting and making vocal sound, disturbing the environment with say they are praying, as if that will solve the problem. Without us coming together in order to do the do, no person can do it for us. We preach physicality, we preach common sense. Don't carry me enter into spiritual, because I'm not spirit. You yourself, you are not spirit. If you are spirit, I will not see you. If you are spiritual, I will not be seeing you. If you are spiritual, you will not be eating a goosey soup. And you will not be eating nkwobi. If you are spirit, you will not be eating, finishing our food. So let us solve this our problem, physical problem that has come to us, because we are living, we are alive physically, and we must solve our problems physically. This is where I'm going to stop. We go into a few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people can start calling in. If you have contrary opinion, please do not. I love it. Come here and tell me, Mazi. We are brothers. We are brothers and sisters. We are not fighting. We are, we are discussing trying to find the best for all of us. Please, that is what we are doing. The best solution, the best way to go. That is why dialogue, these discussions are highly important. It is over important. If we people that cannot dialogue, they will always kill themselves. So, for your information, every fight there must be a dialogue. Look at Israel and Israel fight. They have bombed everywhere, done this and that, but where did they reach? They still come to dialogue. They sit down on the table and start discussing. Today they are exchanging the prisoners. That thing they cannot get through, Israel cannot get through war. They have gotten it through discussion, and today they are doing. That is how it is. If we cannot talk, which means we will not stay. We will be killing each other. But once we are talking with each other, bringing common sense, bringing reasons. Now look at this. People will listen. Now look at where I disagree with you. That is civilization. Politely, we talk to each other, bring ideas. That is how things work. It is not about no, whether you believe it or not, believe what I believe. No. Any person that is going that road is simply mischievous. Please know that it doesn't mean well for us. He is only trying to be sentimental. In this struggle, there should not be any sentiment involved. We have been sentimental, and this is the time we're supposed to be mature. We're supposed to be talking. Call into this radio. You talk, you say make your viewpoint. There is no problem about it. Only I can ask you a question. There is no problem about it. I can ask you questions. There is no problem about it. And we talk as brothers. That's it. So, as I said, I will go into a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the line so that people will start calling in. Please do not go away. I will be right back. Do not go away.
A determined effort was made, with Portuguese aid, to Europe. At the beginning of the 16th century, on the southern bank of the River Congo, a determined effort was made, with Portuguese aid, to Europeanize the African kingdom of Bukongo. Earlier, in the 1490s, in the reign of Nzinga Nkuwu, Portuguese missionaries and traders began to arrive among the Bukongo. Favorably impressed with embassies to Portugal and to the Pope in Rome, seeking from his brother Christian princes economic, technical, and religious assistance for his efforts to Europeanize his land and people. His long and often despairing effort got him some help, little of which was of the kind he wanted. Afonso wanted aid for autonomous development. His Portuguese helpers wanted slaves. So, while he received a trickle of books, masons, printers, blacksmiths, and assorted artisans, for long, many of Afonso's Europeanized vassals, greedy for European wares and unable to get them except in exchange for slaves, disregarded their king's injunctions and, indifferent to the social consequences of slave raiding, plunged into the traffic in slaves. Raids and revolts, sometimes fomented by Portuguese who wanted to stimulate the supply of slaves, took their toll of Bukongo's peace. An era of disorders.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra Land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 8th day of February 2025. Start about Bochuria. Remember, today is Saturday, a day dedicated to discussions on religious issues. Just like what I played, how the king of Congo thought that by Europeanizing or Christianizing his kingdom, that they will be, advanced. It's a very wrong perception. These people, they know how to do it. They allow social decay. And that is what is happening in our land today. Social decay. The caliphate made sure that our land was left to decay socially. And that is what is happening today. So that they can easily come and take over everything. Whenever the Fulani terrorists, they come to our land, they go to a community, they will meet the king or the PG. That is, they know is great. They give him money. You can give them sell anything to them or give them anywhere to stay. And they start killing. Our people don't understand what is happening in our land today. We are a people that are gradually going into extinction. People don't know. People don't know. I'm telling you. One person or a few groups of people will just bring Fulani in. They will meet them. You will strike business, use them. Go community land. Just out of greed, because there is no more cohesion in our land. It is something that we continue shouting until we start understanding the magnanimity of what is going on in our land. That is social decay, rottenness. There is one news headlines also, which I just call us, please hold on. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, will be going on court on 10th. Impromptu court notice. Okay. Now, there are all these people, all these politicians. They are begging Tinubu government, Tinubu, help us now, do us a favor by releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It shouldn't be so. If Onyendu come out through begging before God and man I hear where is issue? Man, aka wazria na mpotaya igwa gezioku. There should not be begging because Onyendu committed no crime. That is it. Why is this is our politician? They will touch you, turn you into the part you don't want, the part they know that will engulf you. What is begging? Begging Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are begging. You cannot. Okay. Do you think if you beg, okay, they will give condition. And one of the conditions they have given is destroy IPOB. That is why they use blackmail, everything, anything that happens in our land, they now target is IPOB. They are using our people in order to expand, to profile fake information and fake news that IPOB is doing criminality, is doing that. No, that is what they have been given. They are paid to do so. You understand? So that IPOB will be destroyed. Because that is one of the conditions. And these politicians in our land, they promised Tinubu that don't worry, we are going to destroy IPOB. That is what they are doing underground. But you don't know. Yeah, we are begging. What are you begging? So, let us know. We must continue. Our lines are now open. Our WhatsApp and Signal line remains +61 405 142 547. I don't know why my signal is ringing, but I cannot see it. +61 405 142 547 is our Signal and WhatsApp line. Please. Therefore, you can call and give us your view on the issue discussed. If you have contrary opinion, please bring it. It doesn't matter. Mazi Jo, can you hear me? Welcome to the program. You are the first caller.
Hello, Mazi. Good evening, sir.
There we are.
Yeah, am I not clear, sir?
Yes, you are. Go on. You are.
Mazi. Mazi, I'm going to quickly drop a quick one. You see, every time doing this your program, you always pray a challenge to our kings and kings that are Christians. But at the end of each of your program, they don't turn up. Do you know why? The reason is because of inferiority complex. If they come on air, are they going to be defending what they are with a book that was written by by someone that enslaved them? Sometimes I ask myself, how do these people? Once upon a time, yes, I was going to the church, but at the time, whenever I sit on the pew, listening to that white man reading that passage in the Bible, I remember the way they enslaved my ancestors, and they handed them a slave Bible that this is what they should be reading, that they should forgive the person that sinned against them 77 times 7 times 700. Mazi, this is a spiritual chain that has held our people down mentally. Look at the so-called place that they said Christianity was given that out of, where they are fighting now. Look at the way they carpet bombed Gaza. Now they are now deliberating It's like I'm going to buy Gaza. I'm going to turn it into a tourist attraction in the Middle East. Now, do you know what that means? They carpet bombed a people, a nation, and they are now telling them to move to other parts of the Middle East so that they can. Mazi, our people that are they really following what is happening in the international scene? Do they understand what is being played out here? Do they know that what is happening there is actually happening on our own land? It is happening right now. What they are watching on CNN, watching on any TV station, it is happening on our land, but they are not showing it. But our people are being massacred every day. Mazi, one day they are going to tell our people, don't worry, we are going to give you lands in Niger State. We are going to give you lands in Borno. Just come. Don't allow these people to kill you. Just come. Mazi, we are under siege. Our people we are going into extinction. Our people are so, should I say, brainless, that they cannot read the hands, they cannot read the time, the signs of the hands of the world, that we are being extincted. I mean, look at tomorrow is Sunday. All of them are going. They are clapping now. They will still go to church, and more of them are going to be attacked today. Mazi, don't be surprised that you are going to hear another report on Monday morning that some of our people were attacked in the church. It has now become a normally for us to wake up in the morning to hear that our people has been killed. Look at, I am going to this church, I am this, I am that, just one bullet from a Fulani terrorist will take out one of our persons. And they are still proud, standing, that an invisible spirit will come and fight a physical battle for them. The people that are having the Christianity, why are they not fighting spiritually? Why are they building a bomb that they call Satan? Why are they building IMAS? Why are they building Patriot missiles? Why are they building Iron Dome? These are the people that brought Christianity, and our people are still wallowing in stupidity to that they cannot even read the signs. Mazi, you saw what is happening in Gaza. Maybe it is when it gets to that level in our land that our people will now know that yes, there's battle on our land. Thank you, Mazi.
There is something you said that also struck me. We give an example of what happened in Gaza. They are displacing. They want the population, a whole population of 2.something million people, to be displaced. You know, our people, they might be doing it. It's a tactical way of doing it. They are doing it in our land. It's okay in Medugri. We are living good here in Katangura, and our people are moving from our land, running to where they think everything is okay. You see that? That is displacing of a population. That is exactly what it means. You know that? As we are living our land, nature abhors vacuum. And that is exactly what is, displacement of a people. You see our people now, they live okay, they are okay in Kano. They are Kano Igbos. They are Lagosians. Leaving our land empty. That is part of that agenda, for your information. Before you know, our land will be almost weak. We are witnessing it now in our villages. Most of our villages, only old men and women and few people are living there. That is why the Fulani can go there and strike at any time. But we must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan. Mazi Jonathan, good evening.
No, Mazi.
My name is Eke Kalum. I'm calling from the zoo. Now, from your preamble, it talks about Soludo, how he was doing in Anambra. It's exactly what Mazi Chinedu wrote on his wall. The way the American CIA advised the American president to attack America so that they will have a reason to go and bomb Cuba, to go and attack Cuba. It's exactly what is happening in Anambra State. Because Soludo have been shouting, he purposely created insecurity, pushed people in the bush, try attacking our people right, left, and center. So for him to have the opportunity to create this insecurity that is even killing our people, innocent people now. This is how they operate. So even he has been planning it right from his first day. The first comment, the first thing Chukwuma Soludo was pursuing, he always say, people in the bush, people in the bush. Who are those people in the bush that he has been mentioning? So that was his reason of
Mazi, can I ask, why is it, Mazi, can you hear me? Why is it like this man they killed?
Yes, I can hear you.
Why is it that this man, this House of Assembly member, is it Azoka, they killed by kidnappers? Why is it that it is today that they can see they don't have tracker to track these people? Look at where they are dumping the dead bodies, the corpses. So, are you going to tell me that these people don't know anything about it? Mazi,
for how long?
Leave them. They know what they are doing. Go on.
So now coming to the issue of this our Christianity. In fact, this is another community. There was a time we have a fracas. Then I when I do go to assemblies, I'm a member of assemblies. Then now our community with now the whole assemblies around the neighboring communities, all of them gathered together against our community. This is because they have used Chinedu on his book. They formed a foot soldier in our land. They use our formed foot soldier in our land to fight against us. So they have divided us into so many like piecemeals, so that to them they pay allegiance to the churches. Now the churches can gather them and fight against your community and defeat you. Because when they came, they gather few people, they arm them just to fight the same people, to fight their brothers, to come and burn down the whole. Because they would not have armed them with heavy weapons. They are the people you can't do nothing. That is how they conquer us. We become very weak. I tell you, this thing has been a problem. Now, from these Bibles which have weakened us, this has been the most problem that we are having. Preaching to us that don't retaliate. If they slap you this side, on the other side, it's a very big problem to us, Mazi. It's a very big problem. And we have been suffering for this thing for a very long time. It is only this time that we have been waking up gradually, because every day we listening to you. In fact, we learn a lot. Unlike watching it in the morning, each time he come, he always say Jesus. People are fighting against Jesus. People are talking their prophet. Now, you that is not talking. Now you have come to Radio Biafra to defend Jesus. Why would he keep on defending Jesus in Radio Biafra? And we say believe what you believe, instead of telling our people the truth. This is the era when we need to hear the truth to bring ourselves out from this problem, because these are the only problem we are having. This ideology that have given us, that have changed everything about our being. This is where our problem began. It is only on this religion is the fundamental place that when we uproot it, we will now begin our new. And I thank God that as Biafra will become, this will be an important era, because this education is to educate our people very well in the issue of religion, so that we can be. It is only when we are free from religion we can now go back to whom we are as a people. Already we have a system. that control us, that gathered us. That system is the best system that can develop us. So that is the only way I think we can prosper as a people. Because this foreign religion was that it divided us into piecemeal. Now, when you are, if you have 5 kids, 5 sons in your home, and each of them attend different church. For instance, one Jehovah Witness, one Assemblies, one Catholic, one Cherubim. Know that you have no son, because the family will never come with single option in a meeting. They will never come together as a people, because the church have divided them each on his own. Yet they are going on, they are preaching on the same heaven, but they cannot organize themselves as one candidate of heaven. Just they only do it just to destroy us, to divide us, so that we will be powerless to fight them. That's the only thing I see they've done to us. They just divide us so that we'll be powerless to fight. We cannot fight as a people. So at least I think this message is sinking into our people. Many people are listening without understanding what they want. And in fact, I'm beginning to ask questions. So if you talk about, you see, people will begin to challenge you. Thank you, Mazi. Good, God bless you.
There were. You know, there is something, this divide and rule is everywhere. They use religion to divide. Look, let me ask now, honestly. If, for example, there is an open conflict between us and the Fulani Caliphate, do you think most of our Igbo Muslims, they will fight against their Muslim brothers? No, let us face the reality. This is how they use religion to divide us. Divided loyalty. The same way you believe what you believe. You are, you know, the evil thing there is this. These people that are saying this. Anytime they always focus their mind on the evil things or things that they brainwash us that our ancestors did, evil, did bad. They started human ritual. Who tell you that? Even if in the olden days no tradition is perfect. Let me tell you, Europeans till even not too long, Europeans, some of them needed their slaves, the black slaves. Let me tell you, it's a historical fact. They were cannibals, but they will not tell you that. But immediately patronia here, ishi kowa with religion. Asking, hey, our ancestors, they keep doing, just what they brainwash you and program you to. That is always what you vomit. Caller on signal, Mazi Akas, can you hear me? It's been a long time.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening from here, Mazi. I know Bumarand. I grab Eben Doja.
There would know.
On device, Jana BCJ, Keledri Chineke. Mazi Jonathan, good evening.
Mazi, are you still there? What's happening? Mazi Akas. Where are you? I don't know. In the meantime, you're reconnecting. Let me pick this caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yeah, Jonathan, please, are you speaking?
Yes, you are calling on WhatsApp, aren't you?
From now, Jonathan, the religious discussion is going well, but I might go this way.
Mazi, I hope are you using earpiece, Bluetooth, or anything, please?
No, I removed everything.
Okay, I don't know. Are you on move? It's coming out, but sometimes it says, are you moving? Are you on movement?
No, I'm at home.
Okay. Keep the distance steady, please. Go on.
Okay, is he coming now?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, because my concern goes this way. Only to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court precisely on Monday.
Yes.
Which is 10th. Is he going to represent himself again, or is he going to be represented this man called Mazi Ejimako? Mazi Ejimako, as we all know, is a lawyer. There was never a time he's a contractor. And there are news that he's signing contract worth millions of naira. I'm suspecting something because that is a disguise. This guy has been paid to destroy Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB. The money given to him, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think that one is... because I used to hear from my brother who is late by now. Unfortunately, there are some illegal business from Brazil to Nigeria. If they want to send you, the agreement they will make with you will be written as regards something like transacted or razor or toothpick. That what should be what they write in the paper. But because of it, they are going to do illegal things. This morning we are talking about that Mazi Ejimako took, or his brother took, as regards he doesn't have a company registered. That it was Allah Ejimako's contact that was used to sign that money. That money is being paid to Allah Ejimako to destroy IPOB. My own view is what I'm saying. So please, this court, our leader is going on Sunday. All eyes must be on board, please. Let us see what is going on. Because IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu is all we have in life. I rest my case here.
Of course. The whole file, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu file, case file has been taken over by Aloy Ejimako. That is the reality. And it is under the consciousness of Mazi Onyendu. So he knows better. You cannot force him to do otherwise. That is the reality about it. I think the leadership has communicated to him several times, even including Lolo Munye, telling him the situation, how Biafrans are feeling about this issue. But he continued, so there is nothing we can do about it. Caller on signal. Go on. Can you hear me? Call on signal. Please go on. Mazi Fani. Caller.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan.
Ndewo Mazi, go on.
Ndewo Mazi. May God bless you. Once again, my name is Mazi Fani. Calling from the location. Mazi, your topic this night. In fact, our people have begun to see where the problem comes from, which is religion. Mazi, could you imagine that this Assemblies of God Church, one certain year, they announced that any of their member that belongs to IPOB, they are going to give the person back seat. And
are you sure of what you are saying, Mazi? Or is it hearsay?
I have said this in several times. Then did it. Then give the warning to their members. Mazi, I'm a member of Assemblies of God. In my unit, I have most of their members then. And 4 of them dropped. Only people that understand that religion is our problem are the people that are still coming to my unit meeting up to today, Mazi.
Mazi, with this, we say it as it is, practicality. Now, how can somebody be saying that this thing, religion is not our problem, Mazi? Or how can somebody say, believe what you believe, I believe what I believe? That is the thing. Whereas, Assemblies of God, how many millions of our people Assemblies of God is controlling? You know how many? Okay. Now, if we are afraid to go into the details of what is causing this their Bible and this and that, in order to expose things that will liberate people, Mazi, what is the headway? If like IPOB, it's just like a government. We talk now. The church will also give their members a counter order against us. That is why I ask, if we, for example, we are fighting if there is a full-blown ayah against the Fulani, do you think that many of our Muslim brothers will partake? They will become saboteurs against us. That's because true. Of religious affiliation. That is the thing. We need to destroy this in the mindset of our people, so that they will know that the only thing that is binding us together is our blood, our tradition. That is why we say go back to our roots. This is the only thing that can gather us originally, bind us together. And I will say Igwebike. That is it. They quote it in the Bible. I think I said it. What union does light have with darkness? How would they associate themselves with unbelievers? So you see that without diving into this, man, we are just joking. I'm telling you. Mazi, please go on.
Mazi, last time I was having a debate with one of these churches called Jehovah Witness, yes. Because, Mazi, to tell you the fact, I have graduated in Radio Biafra. And I'm heading to take my degree and my PhD in Radio Biafra. And so shall it be, Mazi. I was debating with this man, with everything in me and with everything I learned from this Radio Biafra as my learning field. That man, up to today, if he sees me, he marvels. As I tell this man, say, religion has nothing to do with humanity. And the so-called Jesus, which everybody's calling that he is the Messiah, he is the Savior, that they used to deceive us, they did not come to serve for a religion. Even if we believe that he came, he did not come for the religion, he came for humanity. All his service, which the white men deceive us, is a humanity work. And Mazi, these people, I don't know, that is why sometimes if you begin to teach them, when they reach their home, they will start memorizing and thinking that debate you have, or you challenge them that moment. And instead of them to come back and thank you, say, bro or brother, thank you that you make me to learn something. Then we swallow it, and they know that you have told them the truth. And that is why I was trying to tell that man, even if there's something that happened now, that if maybe Fulani is here now killing people in between our prisons, and we have about 5 people, and that 5 people is from different religion, and one of them happen to be your own religion, I believe that you will leave those 4 people that is not from your religion and only save only 1 person that is for your religion, which is against the law of the nature. and is a sin against humanity, because you have already taken religion as everything, and that is why you will leave other four people to die because he's not member of your religion. As I talk to that man, if this man sees me anywhere, anytime, he always greets me. And then since that time, if I their house, they can never near my yard. They say this guy gets something for bread. That is truth, Mass, because this religion, they forgot that if humanity is a force before whatever you believe. Because without humanity, there shall not be whatever you believe or what you want to practice.
Of course, we are human beings first, before anything.
Yes. And that is what they are lacking, Mass. That is what they are lacking, and that is why they carry religion like what am I going to call it? And they close their mind, close everything, and that is why they can never learn until when they meet someone like us that have passed school through the Radio Biafra with the Z before they will learn it. Mazi, may God bless you. Let me stop from here. The message is going and is entering. We must continue. I believe that when Biafra will come, all these things, they will learn it and they will understand it in a big way. Mazi. Thank you.
Very, very sad indeed that any person that is an IPOB member, what are we not talking? Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Mazi, can you hear me?
Mazi, can you hear you? Good evening, sir. Thank you for being there for us. Mazi, still in the mood and spirit of the unannounced impromptu court on the 10th of February. I would want to remind us that I am even happy that these things are playing out like this. But the first question I will ask before saying what I want to say, this announcement, be it a rumor or be it certain that it's going to go on court on the 10th.
It's not a rumor. It's not a rumor.
Okay. Is Onyendu aware that he's coming out for a court on Sunday, on the 10th of February? That's another question.
Of course.
I know you may know.
Of course.
But, yeah. Okay. Now, if he knows, I think somebody should send him his record a few years back when he said, number one, no, see, why I'm saying this in a time has passed for sentimental house. I am not saying it for people to clap for me. I have close friends, brothers that died in this. I have uncles that was shot dead behind my house in the village for accosting a Fulani man, raping our sisters. I have a lot of things that have happened to me directly. I should have been dead by now. So I want him to realize that he has said something. So if there is peradventure anything going behind that, Kalonta is not in any of us. If anything happens to Onyendu, Kalonta should be responsible of what happened to his brother. And if anything happens to him, the Berima and co with this other man should also bear responsibility of what happened to him, because we will not tolerate anything than Biafra, and Biafra with ingenuity, in the sense that a Biafra that will come and will have non-lucrative or political scenarios. Do you understand? So I am only saying this for them to bear in mind that a lot of people have fought with their finance, fought with their blood, fought with their resources. So we have to be serious with these people. Then keep that one apart. Like a reference, what our Mazi used to say in the morning, I don't think he's propagating fully, except because I've grown much to understand what is playing out in this religion issue. You know, from your altar and from the altar of other ministers in this platform. Do you understand? I think what he's trying to justify is that each time we criticize the Christians and all that, and Jesus, we should also be, standing out to do those things physically that we are criticizing them of. I don't know if you're holding government, not only judging people who are and the Christians, holding those who are responsible to this, which is the political leaders and other leaders surrounding the ecology of Biafra land and all these areas. So I'm only thinking that we should get to understand and lift up some things, because there's a point I get to now realize that this religion, people see it as if we hate God. We don't hate God. We don't hate their Jesus. We don't hate their Imam, Allah, and all that. All we're saying is that let it be a point where graduates and Nigerians can produce toothpick. And let it be a time people will look into the foreign policies and realize that these are the things holding us down economically. Let it be a point that people will rise and create pressure groups that are vital, opinion groups that are vital to fight the government in all ramifications. Not those. Do you know that even in the circle of Christianity, they don't have pressure groups and opinion groups? All they have is those ones form among the board or whatever, creating some few persons who support what the overseers do and all that. Nobody clamors against evil that is playing out in the land to say this is not a good thing happening. They don't have Twitter handle, Christian account, body account don't have Twitter handle. People don't have their own. And they're telling me that they're genuine. Like you read out countries that are not genuine with Christianity. So I want us to understand that it's time people begin to talk about this religion. We are not talking about religion that I hate church. But if you want to go to church, do those things practically and let people understand that you really know what you're doing. Glorify God by things you can do and manifest God from the economic improvement that you have in your ecology than telling people rubbish and every day you are dwindling your economy, you know. So thank you for now. I remove that for now.
There were. You know, when people bring about this argument, no, don't fight government. Why are you talking about religion? No, religion is not the problem. Now, listen. How can you fight government alone? You know why we are frustrated and doing what we are doing? Exposition is partly out of frustration. Do you know the frustration? Our people are no longer concerned about the day-to-day activities, even of the government. Our people are no longer together. People are relaxed because religion keeps them relaxed. Now, if you are telling me go and attack government, how can I, as an individual, as a few people, we are trying to break the barrier inside the mentality of the people that is blocking them from joining hands together in order to fight a collective fight against those that are in ruling places. That is it. Because this religion blocks them. Don't you see where our brother said those and he's going to Assemblies of God. Any person that joins IPOB, they give him Ochazu. If, like I said it during my submission. You tell somebody that, look, you tell people, let us join hands together in order to fight because we are under slavery in by the caliphate. They say, no, they quote you Bible, say, the book of John, say, you know, we are not under, as long as you believe that you are not under slavery. So, people that does not want to understand the reality that is facing all of us, and they feel relaxed, they cannot fight, they cannot rise up as a church. Even ordinary protests on their own people, you know, Christians that are being butchered every day in Nigeria, both in the north, in the south, in the east, in the west. They don't gather together and say, no, enough is enough. Instead, they will go to their church and say, let us pray for them, pray for. Does that make any sense? Why shouldn't we are trying to break that barrier that is blocking the people from rising up? Because if you don't break that barrier, you're only talking to yourself. That is it. You are talking to yourself. So we have to go there in order to break all these things so that people will understand that, look, this is man-made, this is like this, it is meant for manipulation. So we must rise up in order to change our situation. We must rise up in order to join hands together, because there is a force of religion that is telling the people, no, don't fight, this world is not your home, just prayer is the key, just do it, bring it to the Lord in prayer. Why should you make noise and fight? Don't, just be loyal and quiet. Everything asked, it shall be given. Giving you all this brainwash nonsense that is keeping our people so pacific, so loyal to the corrupt and evil system, not to rise up. That is what we are doing, for your information. So any person that is telling you, go and talk about government, go and no. Only one person or few people cannot talk. We need to gather together, that consciousness. That is what we are raising. And the people, most of the people, religion is blocking that consciousness. That is why we are going there in order to break that barrier that is barring them from that consciousness. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Please go on.
Yeah, Mazi, good evening, Mazi. Much better.
Mazi.
Mazi, I remember calling from my location. Man, there's something I want to contribute. I want to put mouth on this issue of religion. Because when you check it up, check it down. If you check it right, check it left. Our problem is religion. It's very simple and just very simple as ABCD. The problem we have is religion, because this religion is only brought to keep us down and weak. It was great. It's not, people see religion the means to reach to God, or what. That was the way we understand it from earlier, that they brought us Christian religion for us to be for divinity. But that is not it. The purpose of bringing religion is to keep us down and weak, to make us weak, so they can conquer us. That's Lord Macaulay make this statement, that they must change our religion. For them to conquer us, they must change our religion. Because we are spiritual people, and if they don't break our spirituality, they can't get us down. They can't control us. So for them to control us, they must change our religion and give us fake religion. Why is this thing? It's got for people to understand. Now the issue of I want this. I was telling you, I have already stopped listening to the morning service because of the way he preached religion. I swear, I don't listen to mornings. I don't listen to Radio Biafra in the morning again because of the way he continue. Listen, we are here fighting this thing. He is there promoting. Any of our presenter or anyone that is in top echelon that's preaching religion, this foreign religion, the person should be suspended. Because here today now we are here suffering. You see, it's how long it's taking you now to preaching this, enlightening our people, and someone else will be there promoting the same thing that we are condemning. It doesn't make sense now. Mazi, thank you. God bless.
Mazi, we must continue. We must continue. I think this is the last call I will take, please. This is the last call I will take. I don't know. Okay, caller, please. I give you, take 3 minutes at the maximum, please, because I was on the verge of closing. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Teacher, good evening, sir.
Mazi.
Teacher, ekelere gị na Easter agbamgbọ ịgwakwa mmadụ ihe ka si wee esi nụ. Biko, o nwere ihe m chọrọ ikwu maka ya banyere ihe ikwu. Obi dị m aṅụrị ka nsi esokwanụ gị na-esote gị ihe dịka nsi wee gwa gị the other time Eweniwe Afamube Ekene is Anmabo from my location. Onwe nchọ ka etinye godanya. Onwe nchọrọ ka etinye anya. Imana these people bịara anyị that na I believe that na everything na ya arụ ọrụ that underground mathematics. Ndị ụka mere anyị na anyị ga-believe that na everything ga-arụ ọrụ with that underground mathematics. Come to think of it, ndị ụka na o nwere egwu ha na-agụ sị naanị abụ ka ndị nsọ ji kwatụ mgbidi Jeriko, so ekpere na-abụ ka ndị nsọ ji kwatụ mgbidi Jeriko. Ticha m nwere chọrọ ka ịsachi ebe ahụ maka na children's Bible story ebe esere ihe a dịka mgbe a anyị na-agụ mgbe anyị bụ ụmụazị ma dịka nna akwụkwa kịta o nwere ndị ji hama na shovel wee nụ ya ebe a nwekwanụ ndị kwụ na-akụ aka. Achọrọ m ka ịsachigodu mara that ihe a o eziokwu n'ọsụsọ abụ na ekpere ka anyị ji wee kwatu mgbidi Jeriko ọ na onwere underground mathematics dị there.
Mazi ka m kwuke n'okwu just before you continue. Just lekene anya mmadụ bịa sị na okpukperechi enyere anyị n'ọwụrụ nsogbu anyị. Lee ihe i kwuru na abụghị bụrụ na ịma na ihe ejiri zọọ anyị asọ ụmụaka. Ịma na ihe ọwụna ijiri zụlite ụmụaka otu a ka ha ga na-aga that line, that mentality otu ahụ. Now, exactly. We are searching. Many of our people are talking why our people are gullible, why our people are, they are not even concerned. They always cry. They don't do anything. They are pacific. Fulani is killing them. This one is in them. They don't react. You don't know that all these things we are neglecting. It is the main cause of our stupidity. How can you train a child in our Bible that nani abo ka ejiri kwaslo Jeriko? The child will grow up believing that. I don't know whether you understand me. So he will make sure everywhere, all his concern is to make sure that he will be prompt in prayer. He must go Bible study. He must read the Bible because that is what he learned. There is no due process. If you tell him that, look, now he grew up and you start telling him that, look, we have to fight physically, we have to make effort, we have to start contributing money to support ESN so that they will fight to free us from the killing of Fulani. You tell Bible say because that is what he knew. Bible said that it is only song that the Jericho wall was failed. They gather it, they run around 7 times, and after they sing song and Jehovah do. So why can we do it? Only that if we have faith. So that faith, people are going more and more in order to build their faith so that they can bring down the wall of Jericho. That is why they are not concentrated. They are not concerned about what we are talking. They are not concerned about retaliating back. They are not concerned about defending themselves from the physical onslaught of the Fulani. What they are concerned is building their faith so that for them, when they achieve that level of faith, they can now command the thunder and brimstone. It will fall everywhere and kill their enemies. Do you see? That's why if I see people that are arguing, why should we talk like this? Why should we go there? It pains me a lot. Mazi, please go on.
Mazi, Biko, ihe ewute m hinne bụ na ịdara agharịpụ anyị. Imere m nghọta eziokwu mara that na my father bụ sent. Na my grandfather no sent ka ha bụ. Ọ bụrụ that na m emere ha sent, if at all na onwe ka nsi wee rapụ echi, ụmụ m agaghị egwu ụmụ m ga-egwekwa na o nwere ihe ọjọọ m metere so that therefore na ha ga-aga n'ụlọ ụka wee na-eme every spirit of our father die. No, my father enwere ihe ọbụla ọ permitted. I know my father bụ onye eziokwu. My father adịghị alike ihe ọbụla na-esere nya na mmadụ. My father adịghị ama ndị ihe gị. Nwaanyị na-ejizi wee jee n'ụlọ ụka wee na-enye ya Holy Ghost fire. Maazị, ihe ga-ewute mbụ ma ị gharịpụ anyị dịka uche mọfọ si wee gharịpụ anyị ya na anyị na-aja gị mma n'ihi na anyị mara mma because anyị were ukwu anyị niile tinye n'uche mefọ na anyị na-aja gị mma ọkwa imo ya na-akpọ anyị na-aja gị mma ihe ụmụmụ na ndị be m ndị niile m na-ege Radio Biafra okirikiri m ebe m nọ ihe anyị na-akpọ ya bụ anyị na-aja gị mma anyị were ha okwu anyị niile wee tụkwasị na anyị ga-enweta ihe n'aka ndị a ma at the process ndị agharịpụrụ anyị n'ụzọ ndị o nwere okwu data ịdị otu na-ekwu mgbe ọ nọ na redio na ọ bụrụ na anyị agharịpụ na onye dị ya nso were egbe gbagbuo ya Maazị Makachukwu ihe nka ji hapụ onye abụ na onye agbọ ka ọ bụ na mmadụ afụ ya anya ọ bụrụ na nna afụ ịdị ọtọ anya nwanne m aka emeghị ofu ihe maka ọ gharịpụ
It's painful, yes.
Ọ gharịpụrụ m were m obi m niile tụkwasị na ndị a wee nwa anyị na Maazị biko ana m ayọ gị ayọsi gị ike ana m amụta ọtụtụ ihe n'aka gị continue go deep into researching ọ ka nwere ihe ị ga-akụziri anyị ọ ka nwee efiri na nwụrọ ndị so gị ofiri na nwụrọ ndị na-anụ ihe ị na-ekwu we are listening so ọ bụrụ abịa na ịntanetị o nwere nwaanyị na-ekwu ha ji wee mee joke ịntanetị nwunye Goodluck ọ sị gị continue yes Maazị continue we are listening biko ada na mba ịda mba ọ ga-ewute m nwanne Maazị m ga-anwụkwa n'afa gị m ga-anwụ n'afa gị
Maazị Udodịka anyị na-aga n'ihu enwere nsogbu adịghị
ịgharịpụ m ga-anwụkwa n'afa gị biko yes I
very
believe
much.
in
Thank you. This is where I'm going to switch off the phones. We must continue in what we are doing. That is the thing. So, like what I was saying before during our brother's call, the people that they use all these false hopes to brainwash us, and we thought it is reality, that it is working, and we continue believing, accepting that it is working. How can people look at all these things and say, no, this is not our problem? How? I cannot, I don't know. That is why if I am here on this platform, I invite people with you contrary opinion. Please bring your, so that maybe a group that is Ideological. I'll be waiting, because when you have contrary opinion, then we had discussions and debates and arguments, you now start also measuring how sound you are mentally. It helps you in order to also measure your mental soundness. I'm telling you. Not only people that are coming to praise, okay, be pro you, or pro what you are saying. You understand me? And that is how beautiful Biafra is and how it should be. That people, because this is this is our parliament. The Radio Biafra is our parliament. So opening the line. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there, he opened the line. He come and he said, come and debate me, come and convince me on this, come and debate what I'm saying. Come please with facts and figures. Convince me, let people listen. What is why shouldn't we adhere to that? Healthy discussions, debates, and arguments. Must we be, explosive in talking? Only when we can talk is just to explode and bow and bow. But if we are not dialoguing, discussing, debating, now we will be fighting. That's it. There are the two ways about it. Either we continue discussions in order to politely and diplomatically convince ourselves and bow to superior arguments, or we'll be fighting each other. We continue making ourselves as enemies, taking ourselves as enemies, seeing your brothers as enemies. For what? For nothing. Something you can come on, or invite me and say, okay, let us discuss this. We are not fighting. It's not a personal fight. This is something that concerns all of us. How can you say that this is not a problem? Religion, they use in pacifying us, making us to become to wait that that one spirit will be fighting for us in anything. A religion that tied our hands together, that we can no longer be one people. A religion that makes us, I'll be calling my brother an unbeliever, so I have nothing to do with him. A religion that will remove me, I remove myself from one meeting. That none, and they are all gathering of unbelievers. And you are telling me that it's not a problem? Are you telling me that it's not a problem? A religion that will make you any than Europe and Rome, so that Pope Sinagana was into defending an alibo. No, because in a serve the system there, you don't care about our tradition and culture. You don't care, you don't respect, and you tell me that it's not a problem. Is that what you are talking? No, that is not a problem. Attack government. Any person that is doing this and you don't want to debate is a hypocrisy. He's a hypocrite. I'm telling you, it's the problem. I say it. Is the problem. We have to be debating this in order to bring out facts and figures, in order to expose our weaknesses, the sources of our weaknesses. We shouldn't be shying away from confronting our reality. We have become endangered species. Everywhere we are crying, we cannot gather. Igbo people in communities can no longer gather as a people. And do they can no longer do it. Because Onya Naga assemblies, Onya Naga deeper life, Onya Naga in many are singing now when Bible study, I cannot leave the things of the spirit and come and start portraying that your discussion. Let it wait. I have to go because that is what his pastor will tell him. Do you remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that Onya Naga Church Yoruba? You can never be an IPOB member. Do you remember when he said that? There's a reason he said that at that particular time. Because they were using their church in order to command our people to rebel against what we are doing. That is generally what religion is all about in our land. And that is the real reason why we are so pacific. All that they focus our mindset is go into pursuing your own wealth, your own happiness. Everything is personal. Also legal, you are running for heaven, only you. So when you die, your mother will not be there, your father. They put you all kinds of nonsense, fears and mantras and philosophies in the head, and we continue fooling ourselves, thinking that we will wish away our problems. No, I will not be part of it. We must continue exposing all these things we deem inexposable. that place where we are afraid to put our leg. We must continue venturing and entering there in order to expose things, so that we shall be really free. We are a race under attack through many ways, both mental and physical attack. They bind us through religion. Nothing. Even the so-called Christian countries, they are not coming to our aid. How many Christian countries have come and say, okay, let us fight for these people? How many? And we are still denying ourselves of fighting for our collective interest. What type of mess is that? How can we continue staying in this world in this type of mess, just like that? And we think we are not going to venture into there. You think tomorrow is Sunday. Our people, millions of our people will go tomorrow to be immersed into more stupidity and gullibility. No, leave everything to God in prayer. How can you leave everything? The people that are fighting us, they are physical, they have guns, they have bullets, they have the Fulani Caliphate, they have guns, they have bullets, they are killing our people every day. And you are telling me that prayer is the key, that it is through prayer that we can solve this problem. Are you insane in this world today? Are we insane? Are we okay at all? We must face what is facing us physically. It is facing us physically. It is not facing us spiritually, because we are not in the spirit. That is what I'm saying. Therefore, it is high time we buckle up. It is high time we say it as it is and buckle up. What we are doing is creating awareness, so that more people will join us in this awareness, so that more people will rise up and so that we can jointly fight this fight jointly. Because one person cannot do it, few people cannot do it. It is our collective fight, because it is our collective responsibility. When some people are removing themselves because of their belief that no, it is not like this, we are not going to do it like this, Bible say, you are endangering not only your lives but the lives of others, because that your contribution is lacking. So when it is lacking, it becomes a loophole. That is it. So Biafra remains our ideology, our number one religion. Any person that is so fanatical in religion that is ready to jettison Biafra at any time, because you are talking against his faith. He can tell you, oh boy, I beg this thing, because you cannot serve two masters at a time. That is the reality. You can never serve two masters at a time. You will hate the other, you will disdain the other, and take the other one. That is it. So Biafra remains our principal master, and that is why we must continue doing what we are doing. That is why we must relegate this religion to the background. It becomes secondary. We now become, if you have to be a Christian, you be a cultural Christian, not a practicing Christian. That cultural Christianity, the Europeans relegated Christianity, they relegated themselves into cultural Christianity. That, oh, you're a Christian because you are Matthew. You are a Christian because your nation, your country is just identified as a Christian country. Finish, and nothing more. You don't go beyond that. Start practicing what is written in the Bible. How can you practice what is written in the Bible, that prayer is the key, that don't think of tomorrow, that tomorrow we think about itself for you? Are you insane? Are you living in another planet? If you don't think of tomorrow, if we as human beings don't think of tomorrow, nothing will think of tomorrow for us. Tomorrow we die. That is the thing. Tomorrow we go hunger. Tomorrow our enemies will take over our land. That is it. But in the Bible it is written, don't think of yourself. Don't think about what you are going to eat today. What of the best of the air? Are we best of the air? We are human beings, for goodness sake. So these are the things the Europeans saw and say, oh boy, we are done with this practical Christianity. We are cultural Christians. Nothing more. Just we identify ourselves now. Our tradition, our culture is Christian. Finish. It does not go beyond there. Any person that does you something, any people that come to fight you, you come and resist. You don't say Bible say we are not fighting against the flesh. No. You don't quote anything because you don't know. You don't know it. That's why they don't teach CRK in European school, in British school. They don't teach it. Because they don't want to brainwash the children. The information you hear as a child, you grow up with it, it will stuck into your brain and you start behaving like that. Are you hearing me? So, we continue in our physical way of life. You eat every day. You want to call Radio Biafra, you use telephone. For example, you use telephone. You dial WhatsApp. WhatsApp, it took how many years for somebody to develop that algorithm and program it and use it to be making money. Now you key into it, you pay data, or you pay your bill, Wi-Fi bill, or you log into internet in order to be able to have WhatsApp. All these are physical. Now through that physical, now you call Mazi Jonathan, Radio Biafra, now start telling me that things of the spirit, you cannot understand things of the spirit. Are you spiritual? If you are spiritual, throw off your phone and be talking to me without on the air like that. Let everybody be hearing. Let me know that you are spirit. Can't we be reasonable, for goodness sake? Can't we be reasonable on 21st century? You are still taking something that is written thousands of years back, comparing it to today. You are fully something that even doesn't concern. You don't know people that colonized us, people that brought debt on us, people that brought backwardness on us. Now all of a sudden that they give us all these things, all this manner for us to be reading. Are we not stupid? Is it not stupidity, for goodness sake? Here. That is what I'm saying. Thank you for listening. Biafra remains everything we are. Biafra is our religion. Biafra remains our number one ideology. We must continue in doing what we are doing, and there is no kill sentiment in this struggle. That's it. So, like my brother that called the last, he said, we must continue, and there is no going back. I'm telling you honestly. That is why if I see any person that is maybe using IPOB to make money, or to his intention is making money or contact, it pains me a lot. We have no back to go. That is it. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening. Biafra,